The most popular house bird is the parrot. Cheerful and sociable feathered pet gives its owners a lot of positive emotions. And it can also make a profit on the sale of offspring. To get it, it is necessary to know the exact sex of the purchased chick. There are several species of parrots, distinguished by some characteristics, but having one characteristic feature are hard to determine the sex at an early age. Even experienced sellers of feathered birds often make mistakes in determining the sex. In this article we will consider why it is necessary to know the sex of parrots, general rules for distinguishing male from female parrots by plumage, habits, and character, review of distinguishing signs for wavy, neckerel parrots, lovebirds, rosellas, jocos and corellas. Why it's important to know the sex of a parrot. If you are planning to mate parrots to produce offspring, you need to know exactly the sex of the birds you are purchasing as a pair. It is possible to determine the sex of a parrot not earlier than from 4 to 5 weeks of its life. You should not put two female parrots in the same cage. They do not get along together and fight all the time. Fortunately, there are no such problems with males. They can quickly become friends and get along well with each other. General rules and ways to distinguish female from male parrots. There are several characteristic signs that can be used to distinguish the male from the female. By what signs you can tell the sex? By the shape of the head in profile. Females have a dome-shaped head, while males have a slightly angular and elongated back of the head. By brightness of plumage. As a rule, males have brighter coloration. True, this distinctive feature does not apply to all species of birds. Perching on a perch. The female usually spreads her legs wide, while the males have them close to each other. Parrot voice. The female's voice is muffled and a little squeaky, while the male's is gentle and more sonorous. By behavior. Males show an incredible interest in their own reflection in the mirror and often hang around this accessory, looking at their nice appearance. But females practically do not show interest to the mirror and find some other things to entertain themselves. How to distinguish the sex of a wavy parrot? The most popular domestic parrots are the wavy ones. It is not possible to determine the sex of the nestling before 40 days after its birth. But even after this period of time, it is impossible to determine the exact sex of the pet. The main signs of sex are clear only by 3 to 4 months of life. Basic signs of the sex of a wavy parrot. 1. At the base of the beak there is a small excrescence called waxwing. Pay attention to its color. In females, beige, brown and pink shades predominate. For male parrots, a bluish color of the scalp is characteristic. 2. In feathered girls, white circles or small brightenings near the nostrils can be noticed. By the color of the waxwing you can determine not only the sex, but also the age of a wavy parrot. Young male representatives have a bright blue color of the scalp. With age it becomes dark blue. Similar changes in the color of the scalp are observed in females. Corella parrot. The difference between a boy and a girl. Many people breed at home tame talking parrots of the genus Corella, which have a short beak, a long pointed tail and a funny tuft. Unlike other species of parrots, they have duller plumage. The most common shades are white, yellow, and gray. The sex of cockerel parrots can be easily determined by characteristic signs. How to distinguish the female from the male? In females, the color of the plumage is darker underneath, light yellowish in the head area. Feathers are gray, with brownish spots on the cheeks. Character is quiet. Males are more brightly colored plumage. The head and tufting are of a deep yellow hue. There are orange spots on the cheeks. The color of the feathers on the wings and tail is bluish-black. How to distinguish the parrots of the lovebirds? The most faithful pet birds are the parrots of the lovebirds. They have a nimble and active character, often show curiosity and mimic human speech well. How to determine the sex of a lovebird parrot? Males have a more distinctive plumage color. Males have an angular nape, while females have a rounded shape. The beak in male parrots is large, wide at the base. There may be a small groove in the middle. Girls have a pale shade of rounded beak. The sex can be determined by the pelvic bones. In females they are wider and reach about 1 centimeter. In males they often do not exceed 0.5 centimeters. The character of male parrots is calmer. Do not lose their temper, listening to the scolding often disgruntled companion. They can take care of their spouse by feeding her with grains and combing her feathers out of their beak. Females are grumpy and thrifty, often hiding food to spare. A test can be done to determine the sex. Put pieces of paper in the cage. The female will tear the scraps to form a nest, which is characterized by concern for her offspring. Males show no interest in paper. How to determine the sex of Rosella parrots, Nesserelles. Jocos for home keeping also choose parrots of the genus Jocos, Rosella and Nesserelle representatives. These birds have characteristic features of appearance, by which you can determine the sex. The main differences between females and males: by 2 to 3 years of age, male Nesserelle parrots have a black rim that resembles a necklace around their neck. Girls have no such ornamentation. Male Jocos have a large body, a small flat head and a short neck. Girls are more slender, the head is rounded, and the neck is long. Males have a more uniform and darker coloration. Females have feathers on the abdomen of a gray shade. Boys of the genus Rosella have a beveled nape and a massive beak at the base. In females, the head is round and there are light-colored stripes on the inside of the wings. The most accurate answer to determining the sex of a parrot will show the DNA test. The test is performed in a laboratory environment. The owner must provide a plucked feather for the test. Feathers that have fallen out are not suitable for the study. Such a test is quite expensive, but shows a 100% reliable result.